It takes a lifetime of training for football players to be considered good enough to play in the NFL. But no amount of training seems good enough for NFL stars to attain perfection. Mistakes are a part of the game, but some are downright embarrassing. From a player crying after being ejected to another tripping after running 80 yards, these are the most embarrassing moments in NFL history. In Week 7 of the 2020 NFL season, the New York Giants quarterback Daniel Jones was the laughingstock on social media after he made it seem like an 88-yard run was one of the most difficult things to do in the NFL. In a game between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles, Jones looked set to score an easy touchdown. With about 9 minutes left to play in the third quarter, the quarterback was aiming to run the length of the field. Unfortunately, he was only able to run 80 yards before he showed the world how difficult running in the NFL can really be.
Gets a block, takes off, and he is gone. Trying to stay upright, and he trips.
Jones had beaten everyone that could potentially tackle him, and all he needed to do was continue running until he scored a touchdown. This looked quite easy, and the Giants felt they already had some points in the bag. Interestingly, around the 30-yard line, the quarterback began to stumble, and in a flash, his chances of scoring a touchdown began reducing very rapidly until he ended up tripping around the Philadelphia Eagles' 8-yard line. Although this fall made Jones look bad, it wasn't a bad moment for the Giants, as running back Wayne Gallman Jr. was able to score a touchdown 2 plays later.
Handoff here for the touchdown, Wayne Gallman.
Although the New York Giants finished the drive with a touchdown, Jones will never be able to explain what happened, but he attempted to after the game and said,
I don't know, I just tried to run faster than I was running and got caught up. So we finished the drive, scored a touchdown, so that was a relief to me for sure.
Jones might have embarrassed himself, but he was lucky his moment didn't end in tears. Sadly, we can't say the same about this next moment. If there's one moment from the Green Bay Packers linebacker Quay Walker's career that will never be forgotten, it's gotta be the moment he was crying like a little boy after getting ejected from a game. In Week 18 of the 2022 NFL season, the Green Bay Packers faced the Detroit Lions in a game that ended 20-16 in favor of the Lions. The Packers needed to win this game if they were going to have hopes of making it to the playoffs. Also, they needed Walker, who was a key part of their defense, to be at his very best. Well, this turned out to be the game where he decided to do something nasty. A Detroit Lions player was injured in the fourth quarter of the game and needed medical attention. But to get close enough to the injured player, the medical trainer had to move Walker very slightly. He obviously didn't do anything wrong, but Walker suddenly lost it and shoved the medical trainer like he had a score to settle.
Hit him in the head.
Oh, he pushed a member of the athletic training staff. That's ridiculous. Wow.
As punishment for his indiscipline, Walker was ejected from the game. And as he walked down the tunnel into the locker room, the linebacker could be seen crying like a child that just lost his favorite toy.
Knows the emotion got the worst of him. For the second time this year on a Sunday night.
His actions were very strange, especially considering the fact that he shoved a medical trainer unprovoked. After getting slammed for his childish behavior, Walker took to social media to explain himself. He said, "Also, to explain my frustration in the tunnel, I wasn't upset about being kicked out. I just knew I messed up again and was wrong for what I did and couldn't believe I did it again. To the Detroit Lions and to the entire training staff, including the person I did that to, I'm sorry." Embarrassing moments aren't always all shades of negativity, and this next moment proves that. Getting drafted into the NFL is something kids spend their entire life dreaming about. But as great as being a rookie in the NFL is, it isn't all shades of fun. And this is something the Buffalo Bills cornerback Ronald Darby can attest to. After getting selected by the Buffalo Bills in the second round of the 2015 NFL Draft, Darby would have been comfortable picking up the tab at dinner or carrying pads for veterans during practice. But this wasn't what he got. Far from it. The rookie got some form of welcome ritual that he didn't bargain for. During practice, Darby was tied to a goalpost, and after this, a teammate interviewed him, but things didn't end there. His teammates proceeded to give him a bath he didn't ask for, with his clothes obviously on. Darby being bathed by his teammates was crazy, but not as crazy as missing a field goal from 32 yards and blowing a franchise's chances of playing in the Super Bowl. The Ravens kicker Billy Cundiff will never be able to explain what went wrong in the 2011 AFC Championship game between the Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots. The Ravens were losing to the Patriots 23-20 in the fourth quarter of the game, with a few seconds on the clock, when Cundiff got the opportunity to send the game to overtime. All he needed to do was make a field goal from 32 yards. This looked routine. Cundiff approached this kick in virtually the same way he did other kicks, but this kick went wide left on him. It went completely off target, ultimately denying the Ravens the chance to keep fighting for a spot in Super Bowl 46.
It's 32 yards to tie it. And the kick, look out! Look out! It's no good! It's no good!
Cundiff couldn't believe he missed what many considered a routine kick. And while explaining what he felt happened, he said, "To be honest with you, I was just really focused on what was going on. I didn't really think about any of the ramifications of the kick. Just like we had that turnover and we were up by one, and we needed the field goal to make sure they needed to score a touchdown instead of the field goal. You just don't think about, we need this kick. Those aren't thoughts coming to your head. For me, I just went out there, the timing seemed a little bit off, and I just didn't convert. It's just that simple. It's a 32-yard field goal, something that, over the course of training camp and the regular season, I probably make a couple thousand of those." Now, we all agree training camp and regular season are important, but you still have to be able to do it in the big moments when it counts. Maybe next time. If you had a blast watching this, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest crazy content. Drop a comment below and let us know which moment blew your mind the most. Catch you all in the next one.